is my girl, Tony. So, Tony, thank you for taking a few minutes with us today. So, tell us, when did you start riding?
I started riding as a kid on dirt bikes off and on. Um, I guess throughout the rest of my adult years, I wasn't riding until about 2009 when I took on street bikes. A little Honda 185 Enduro.
Nice.
It was a lot of
So,
fun.
so tell us what you have now.
This is a 2019 Road Glide Special that I refer to as Josie. Her name is Josie. Josie is my steel horse, so there's a story. My mom always took me to the Texas State Fair growing up, and we rode the carousel, and we had the same horse we got on every year, and she had named the horse Josephine. Well, I didn't get a street bike until after my mom passed, so when I decided I was getting a steel horse, I decided to name my horse Josie after Josephine in honor of my mom.
Very appropriate.
Yeah,
Very
it's been good.
appropriate. And of course, would this be your favorite color?
Orange is definitely my favorite color. A lot of folks won't care for this, but I am a Longhorn fan.
And
Texas Longhorn.
what is the technical color? Is it burnt orange?
This is scorched orange.
Scorched orange. Okay.
Yep, scorched orange and it's denim black.
Okay, so give us a walk around, kind of tell us what you like about your bike. What do you like best about it?
So one of the things I like best about Josie is she's actually kind of a limited edition, but not a numbered limited. When they very first started this paint set, it was the scorched orange and the denim black, but there were problems curing the paint, the denim black paint with the scorched orange. And they actually stopped production on this particular paint set. And when they corrected the paint issue and picked up the paint set again, it was no longer denim black. They had to do it in glossy black. So there's only about 500 of these that actually are the scorched orange with the denim black. And so they were ones that were made in 2018. When they went back to do the paint set in 2019 is when they started it up with the gloss black.
And now these badass like shiny parts, I know that's not standard. So
yeah. So I have the Harley Adversary collection.
That's it.
That I put on it. So it's got the beautiful orange trim everywhere. What I didn't know when I did this is that this is what they come out with on the new 2023 CVO Road Glides and Street Glides. This is what comes on those bikes, right? So it comes in two colors. It comes in an orange and in a platinum to match the two paint sets for the CVOs this year.
Ordered these accessories in bits and pieces and from different dealerships? Or?
I did. They were really hard to find. I didn't know, like I say, I didn't know at the time. It turns out it's because they were all going into the production manufacturing of the CVOs, right? And so it was just bits and pieces of these or out and about in actual dealerships. So shout out to Matt at Pig Trail Harley Davidson who helped me complete the set and get everything in.
So I personally know you have had different bars put on. So tell us about these current bars.
So these bars are actually factory 47 12-inch bars. I did have some KST 14-inch bars. It turned out that they came way back further to me because I rocked them back. I didn't have them sitting up straight. And it just became a little cumbersome in the turns. I didn't have enough turn radius. So I did go back to a 12-inch bar, and I've been very happy with it.
So what's one of your favorite trips that you've been on since you've been riding?
Oh, goodness. There's been quite a few. I've done some of the really like top 10 roads in America type deals, right? And some of them have been really, really good. But I think when we went to the Smoky Mountains is probably one of my absolute favorites. It was just so beautiful to see the Blue Ridge, and we went and did what is that, Tail the Dragon, and we just had a good time. It was probably my first big long trip that I ever did, so it's probably my favorite.
Wasn't that like around 2,400 miles or something? 22?
3,300 by the time I got home is what I had.
Where did we part ways?
Oh, I rode back up through Nashville in the rain with you. Good Lord. We parted ways just the other side of St. Louis.
Was it?
You had to go to a convention for
Yeah.
work, and I
And
went
we,
ahead and took the long way home so that
yeah,
we could ride as far as we could together and not split
right,
off.
right. Now, do you have a road name?
So previously, I had a road name of Scuba. I was riding with Bikers Against Child Abuse for many, many years, and that was my road name uh, with Baca. But I haven't really used it since. So I mean, it's there, but I don't know. Don't really use it anymore.
You're just Tony.
Hey, I answered to many things,
Yep.
honestly.
Do you know how many miles you've ridden?
So I started out originally. First street bike was a 2009 uh, Sportster 1200C, the custom version. Put like 25,000 miles on that before I decided to get a big girl bike, right? I think we have to get comfortable in what we do first on the street. Recommend that to any of you ladies, do something you're comfortable with. But I always wanted a touring bike. And then the second bike that I moved up to was actually a 2015 Amber Whiskey Street Glide Special. There was an accident where someone ran into me that totaled that bike. And that's how I got into Josie 2.0, as we called it. Because the Street Glide was Josie, the original Josie. So this is Josie 2.0. Been, I think, probably in total, right around 50,000 miles of all street bikes.
Yeah.
Who knows all the dirt
Yep.
bikes, right? All those years ago.
Right.
There's
Right.
no way to know. And I've jumped so many dried up tank beds in the state of Texas, right? Being a daredevil. And yeah, who would know?
Ride with your husband sometimes,
I do.
correct?
I do. I do. You know, when I found my husband, it just wouldn't have worked out if he wasn't someone that rode. Most of us women that are going out and riding have a tendency to go out and ride with guys because that's the majority of who's out there, right? And you're not going to find any guy that's going to, stay at home and let you go ride with a bunch of other guys.
Yeah.
But it turns out here in Northwest Arkansas, we have so many women riders. I have a good group of lady rider friends, and some hardcore riders on top of that, right? They're a lot of fun to ride with. Our community here is growing more and more all the time.
And what do you like best about riding your own?
So I don't ride on back well at all. I can't stand the feeling of me not being in control and sitting in the back. So I love to ride my own and be in control of the machine. And there's such a sense of freedom. And I don't need to pay anyone for therapy. This is my therapy, right?
Right.
I pay a payment on a bike and that's my therapy. So it actually works as therapy for me. It's relaxing. It helps me calm if I'm not in a calm space.
So when you're traveling, do you have different types of music that you're like, oh, I'm on this kind of trip and I like some good hardcore rock and roll or some good country or
Yeah,
what?
so I use the XM radio app on my phone a lot on the bike, so I can just change it to whatever my mood is. There's a lot of times you'll hear me playing like 80s and 90s music. I'm a child of the 80s. Love 80s rock, so that's probably what you're going to hear me sporting on the bike the most.
Nice, nice. In here, what's some of your favorite roads to ride around Northwest Arkansas?
I have what I call the circuit. Just go complete the circuit, which for me is taking out to Eureka Springs and doing a loop. I'm in the Springdale area, so you can make a quick loop out to Eureka, spend an hour or so on the bike, and just have a quick go out and come back. And I don't have to take all day, but it's enough to at least, like I say, get you to that Zen spot that you're looking for.
I bet that's probably between 70 and 100 miles for you, though.
Yeah, it's definitely right at 100 miles, and
Yeah.
depending on how you go, and sometimes you do little, alternate routes and take a little bit longer way home. Maybe instead of cutting off at 23, you'll go on to Berryville before you decide to cut back, and then if I'm with you, we got to stop in Kingston.
Yeah.
Kingston's your
Yeah.
go-to stop spot. So,
Yeah.
but it's just part of a ride.
Yeah. What's your encouragement to other women to maybe take that next step?
Take the next step. So I always steer folks, men or women, right? Steer them to the Rider's Edge course at any Harley dealership. I can't say enough good things about it. Besides, go learn on somebody else's bike and on somebody else's insurance. Um, figure out if it's for you. And you can do that with a small investment, right? And it don't have to be a long-term investment. Even for ladies, maybe you like to ride on back. It doesn't hurt you to know how to ride that bike if something were to happen to your partner. It's good for you to know how to get yourself home. It's just a safety thing. So I'm always encouraging the riding course. And I'm pretty much encouraging most folks to continue your education as far as riding, whether that's your own practice skills or taking an advanced course or maybe in the Ride Like a Pro series. I took that course and I can't tell you, there's a lot of things I learned about myself. Matter of fact, that's what made me change my bars back to 12s, is just the maneuverability out of that class. I didn't have what I felt like I needed, so I made a change, and it's been for the better.
So what kind of pipes do you have here?
I don't even know if I remember what these are besides their Vance and Hines. I can tell you.
Okay.
As far as whatever model, I don't know. I went through the dealership and had them start up every bike that had different pipes on it, and I wanted to hear them all, and I picked off of sound. I didn't pick off of looks or price. It was all based off of sound.
I'm gonna see.
And that goes all the way around.
Oh, you have the front lights. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's some really cool lighting up there. And I've added the air horn. That's probably something I think everybody should do, is upgrade their horn.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, I have lighting that comes with the horn. I don't know if you'll be able to see it during the day.
It did. It lit up both of that.
It's supposed to light up.
Wow.
So that's all Custom Dynamics lighting. I have everything on here is Custom Dynamics, just because, believe it or not, there are differences in the colors of lights. So I want to make sure that all of my lights match. They have the same intensity, the same brightness. I have seen folks mix different brands and you can tell the difference. Maybe you can't tell what the difference is in the brand, but you can see the difference in, say, the intensity and the brightness.
Yeah, absolutely. Being loud, having a loud horn, and being seen with bright lights.
That's the other reason I love the color, right? I'm all about a color that's going to stand out and be seen. I don't need anything to camouflage me on the road.
You didn't want black?
I didn't. There's black in here.
Yeah, there is black.
Yeah,
there is.
The required black, it's in here.
Oh. All right. Anything else you would like to share with our other female riders out there?
I guess I could borrow a phrase from Adam Sandoval and say, buy the damn bike.
I love that. Buy the damn bike. All right. Well, Tony, thank you so much for your time and speaking with us today. And you stay safe out there. And of course, make it count.
We will make it count.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.